Well, hello, hello. So, oil of the week, peppermint, all the things. So, really, seriously, guys, peppermint will probably become one of your favorites. It's a staple in our home. In fact, I realized that my husband stole the last bottle of peppermint that I had on our oil rack. So, I had to get a new one. That's kind of how it goes. Peppermint for all the things. What do we personally use peppermint essential oil for? Now, I have to remind you, not all essential oils are created equal, right? So you cannot go to Target or Walmart or Whole Foods or any other health store and get an oil off the shelf and expect the same results as the ones that I use, okay? But if you're using the pure immune system of the plant, that's what essential oils are supposed to be. If you are using nothing but the pure immune system of the plant, then you can use them certain ways. Okay, so peppermint is the one I'm going to talk about today. We've got peppermint in a green bottle, peppermint in a white bottle. Why? Well, first of all, I will tell you they're the exact same oil in each bottle. The exact same oil, okay? However, the FDA wants us to label and print usage options certain ways on certain bottles. So this peppermint in the green label, I'm supposed to talk to you about, it is labeled for external use or aromatic use. So that's for smelling and that's for applying topically. Okay, so when would you smell peppermint? You would smell peppermint for a pick-me-up. Peppermint is an energizer. It's known as an energizer. And so just smelling it kind of like triggers the on button, right, in your brain. Because it is also cooling, when you apply it topically, that kind of energizes you as well. Now, I will tell you this. Some people think that peppermint is so cold on the skin that it feels hot. If that happens, you want to use a carrier oil. Don't know what that is? Let me know in the comments and I will answer your question there. But so you would use peppermint if you're feeling overheated. So whether you're overheated from a fever or you're overheated from your exercise workout, working out in the yard, whatever. If you're overheating, apply peppermint to the skin. You can use a carrier oil with it, but it will help bring your body temp down naturally. And here's the thing, guys, if you've got a fever is a good thing. A fever is your body telling you, hey, something's come against us, and now we're going to send in the troops to kill that thing. So what do? We take some sort of OTC to kill the fever. Well, we need the fever. What we really want is to not feel miserable from the fever, right, doing its job. So that's when you would take peppermint. Personally, I just put a couple drops in my hand. I add a little bit of a carrier oil, rub my hands together, rub my chest, my tummy, between my shoulders, bottom of my feet, and if my head is hot, I'll also rub it on my forehead. Don't get it in your eye. Oh, hurts like nobody's business. It will not harm your eye, but it will hurt, okay? If that happens, and guys, it probably will at some point. If it happens, don't add water. Use a carrier oil. Dip your, like a corner of a paper towel in a carrier oil, and then put it at the corner of your eye, and it will draw the peppermint essential oil out of your eye, okay? That'll take care of that burning. What else would you use that for? It's great for your breath. My husband carries a bottle in his pocket every day, all the time, to all the places, and his breath isn't that bad. I mean, like, I've been kissing him for 26 years plus, right? But it just makes him feel more confident. And the benefit is there's no sugar. It's just the immune system of the peppermint plant. And so he puts a drop or two in his mouth, freshens his breath for a long while, also makes him more alert, opens your sinuses. So there's so many benefits to that. But he carries it everywhere with him. If he gets a mild headache, he just does a finger dab. So basically, you just make your finger the lid and you tip it and you apply it to wherever. You can put it in your hair because essential oils are not greasy. They're not, we hear the word oil and we think they're greasy. But you can use peppermint for mild aches and pains. It's a natural analgesic, has natural antibacterial, antiviral properties. Yes, I did say antiviral properties. I mean, this is just by God's design. So many things to use peppermint for. I used it constantly to keep my sinuses open when I first started using oils. That was before I learned what oils to use to make sure I didn't get sinus infections and sinus irritations and that sort of thing. But if that happens, peppermint is your best friend. What else? Peppermint is also known as a driver. That means if you use it with other essential oils on your skin and you put it on top. So like, let's say I want to put lavender on and then lemon on and then I put peppermint on top. Peppermint drives the other essential oils in deeper, faster. So that would be a benefit to having peppermint. Excuse me. It's great for exercise. I mean, truly, like already this video is 5 minutes long. I'm sorry, guys. So many things for peppermint. Now, Peppermint Vitality, that's what Young Living calls their peppermint oil that's labeled for internal use, is actually a dietary supplement. The FDA has deemed it appropriate to call it a dietary supplement. So you're going to use that if you've got some sort of digestive issue. It helps with all the things tummy. It can help with nausea, heartburn, morning sickness, all those things. If you use peppermint, lavender, and lemon, typically, for most people, use those together, varying amounts. That's going to help with your basic allergy symptoms. And so there's just a lot of good things that you can do with peppermint essential oil. Now remember, the oil in this bottle is the exact same as the oil in this bottle. It's just that we have to label them differently to jump through the hoops that the FDA requires of us. And you know, that's there for safety's sake, right? But I want you to know they're the same. And by price per drop, this is actually less expensive. So this is, because it's a smaller bottle, this is a little bit, seems less expensive, but this is less per drop. So it just depends on what you're going for. So I think that's all the things for peppermint. Well, it's not at all the things, but it's all the things I can think of that I use personally peppermint for. What do you use peppermint for?